downtown, we live. Oh, what a feeling. When it's go time, I go live from the kitchen with a ditchy. Ditchy dad for a whipping. Whip a brick when you break the whole brick down. This what it'll get you. That glaze frost wrist. How you fucking on?
Yes, sir. What's up? Smash and Dash. We back at it again. Know what I'm saying? Here with my partner, Smash, or Dash, where he like to call himself, because he never in life, well, in life before, but he never ran a 40. So we really don't know if he's 4.4, 4.3, or 4.2. So
you see, at least my dog I finally get some kind of respect around here. What's going on, Twinsky?
Man, I'm just chilling, man. Just got a couple topics I want to check in with you at. You know what I'm saying? I see LA game, SC.
Yeah, man, we looking real good. We looking like, man. Well, of course, you see
what kind of hoodie is that?
The Boulevard, man. So I'm signed, I'm an ambassador to the program. Yeah, fight on. But no, they sent me this, you know what I'm saying? A little, a little Boulevard, hoodie. But that's our NIL ambassador program over at USC. Okay. I see you coming to rep. I see, y'all might be going bowling this year, but where y'all
we is going bowling.
You know what's crazy? Y'all gonna have a before New Year's game, so at least you can make it.
Hey, well, no matter when it is. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna jump it off with this, man, because you always on some gibberish and all that.
Oh
man.
My God.
He around here, Kurt got his ice on. Kurt got his ice on.
Shirtless. Call my dog shirtless. Kurt. Don't play like
shirtless Kurt. It's been said out there.
Yeah.
Saying he's a system guy. Not my words. I just heard this thing, but technically. Ain't all type of some players kind of system guys? Don't you supposed to draft them within your system if you feel like they can handle it?
If that was the case, then Vince Young, if that was the case, we wouldn't have, grabbed Heimerdinger, God bless the dead, but we wouldn't have grabbed Heimerdinger to coach Vince Young if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? Young, you know better than that. I don't think nobody our system. I think the players make the system. I.e., that's, for example, Tom Brady. He makes his system. Everybody said for years that he's a system guy. Oh, he can't do it without Bill. What would he do without Bill? The first year he leaves New England, he goes to Tampa. I don't care who and how many players they got around him, because clearly they wanted to win. Doesn't matter. See, that's what I'm saying. The difference is you happy and you're excited. That doesn't make the system. That's a team that really wants to win. You got other teams like my Titans. You trade AJ Brown away. You go draft a rookie receiver. That's not a team that clearly wants to win. You can get Tom Brady. You don't go trade to get him. That's not a team that wants to win. So clearly, if that's the system in Tennessee, we don't want to win. Tom leaves. He goes down to Tampa Bay, and he wins a Super Bowl. So all that system talk is absolutely capped. Because if it was system, how come Bill Belichick hasn't been back to the Super Bowl yet? I'm waiting to hear your response, because I know you want to say something about something, because it's absolutely not going to make no sense. So I can't wait to hear this.
Well, what I'm going to say is this.
Exactly, because I know it ain't going to make no sense.
This is what I'm saying. We talk about Tom Brady, one of the two GOATs. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no one of the two. It's only one. He is the greatest. For you to assume or even keep capping in your head that he ain't the greatest, and your favorite quarterback, man, you gotta control the stuff that you be saying on this show. You might need your own show for real, for bullshit with CJ, because that's what you be on sometimes, bro. G shit, bro. I don't even want to, bro. I don't even know, bro. I don't even want to record today because I know you're on some bullshit. I can just see it in your face, bro. You're on the bullshit today. Go ahead, big dog.
Am I allowed to get the floor here? Can I get the floor? Well, like I say, one of the top two GOATs, one of maybe the greatest, maybe the second greatest. But what I'm saying here, if we're going to talk about the two GOATs, 1A, 1B, however you want to put it, we're going to talk about 1B first, which is Tom Brady. But we're going to talk about Brady first. So if we're going to say system, right? And we're going to talk about the situation, him leaving New England and him going to Tampa.
Yeah.
Right? So I've played with BA before. I know his offense. I seen him go to Tampa and run the same offense that he was running in Arizona.
Okay.
When Brady comes over, the offense changed.
Exactly.
So the offense changed. So the system that Tom Brady was in, he brought that system over to Tampa. And not only did that, the system is not let me finish. The system is not the system is not the only thing Tom Brady brung. Tom Brady brung everybody and their mama over with him. All these playmakers.
What are you?
All these things.
Yeah,
like,
but what are you arguing? Are you arguing the fact that
so
other teams don't know how to make decisions? That's not his fault.
He brought
That's not a system, though.
He brought a dream team over.
That's not a system.
With his system.
That's not a system.
So he brought his system over. So of course, if I'm
that
able
makes
to
no
bring
sense too, K.
my system over that I've been running for the last 15, 20 years over to this new organization and bring all these playmakers.
So who's the system, the organization, or the players? Like I said, thank you.
No, it was Tom Brady's system.
Yeah, I just told you. Thank you for arguing my point. You argue my point.
His system.
That's what I said. I said the players are the system.
So you're right. It's the system.
The players.
It's the system. So then we talk about Peyton. All the years he was with the Colts.
All those Hall of Famers.
All these years he was with the Colts.
All those Hall of Famers.
Then he come over.
How many Super Bowls in that system?
Yeah. Then he come over to Denver and bring the system to Denver.
So how come that system didn't work with him in Indy?
He won a Super Bowl.
He won one, but if you absolutely
so what I would say, system. Some guys are system guys. Some guys perfect their system. Some guys don't.
I absolutely don't agree with that. That absolutely, it really doesn't make any sense at all. You can't bring Tom Brady, you say it's his system, but then you got to teach that to 53 other people in 1 year, and you have that kind of success. You ask yourself, we played on many teams. How many teams have you been to where you come in that year, in 1 year, in that system, you are that successful?
Because he brought so many people.
How many? No, he didn't bring nobody.
Not even on offense.
You sound crazy. No. Well, so listen. So all you
if
NFL,
I'm able to bring every person
you
that I
are.
want to
The thing about it is, you sound.
They paid for a Super Bowl. It makes sense.
So you sound crazy right now. Again, Matthew Stafford. He goes from Detroit last year. He goes into McVay. So you're telling me that system? You're okay. So how does that work, huh? Talk to me. He's been losing for years in Detroit. He goes
in the wrong system.
Man, so who is it? So thank you. So who is it? Is it the player? Who is the system? Is it the organization or the player? So you're telling me in Tom Brady. Young, you sound absolutely. This makes no sense. We got to go to the next subject because honestly, it makes no sense what you're talking about. You saying maybe it's a player. Now you're saying it's the system.
I never said maybe a player.
So what is that same system doing for the Rams this year? What are you talking about? You sound crazy. Your argument is absolutely absurd right now. I'm glad we did this because today you sound. Normally it'd be me sounding crazy, but today you sound crazy as hell.
You talking about
you perfected. You win a Super Bowl, but now you ain't perfected it the next year. In 6 more months, you can't perfect what you just perfected. Sounds crazy to me. Now I know for a fact
a lot of those guys are gone.
It's not the system, it's the player, big dog. You know that. It's not the system, it's the player. Because if it's the system, these coaches will be successful with these players once they leave. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Next subject. Because I ethered that. Well, I did my thing right there. I ain't gonna lie to me, man. I did my thing right there.
So next subject. So Justin Jefferson, do you think that's the best catch ever?
Odell. I'm sticking with it. Odell Beckham is my favorite catch. I remember being in Jersey when that happened. You had actually played a game earlier that day too, but I was watching it. I watched that in real live action, man, and it was just crazy. I watched Justin Jefferson at the same time as well. I'm not gonna act like I didn't. It was an amazing catch, and for it to be in that situation too, for it to be 4th down, in 18 or whatever, my cousin, shirtless Kurt, throw it up to a playmaker for sure. But I just think Odell's getting pass interference the whole time. He fought somebody off, leaned back, with these, and caught that thing. So I'm going with Odell. Who you got?
I'm going with Justin Jefferson, just on the fact of, just for me watching the catch, how he went back and the guy actually almost had in his hand and kind of
what I'm saying. It stopped
bring
the
it
catch.
back from him,
bring
it back from the guy. I think that kind of took the throne over for the best catch I've ever seen. That's what I'm rocking with him. His number one, Odell second.
I'm going Odell number one. Odell
Okay.
falling and all, man. Like it's different when you jumping and somebody stopping the ball and you get to catch it with one hand and basically Shaq can come down with it. It was a dope ass catch though. I'm not knocking it, but I just feel like Odell's is better, especially getting PI'd the whole time. I'm definitely going. And man, you know it's crazy. We even going back about best catches or best all this. I remember sitting in your living room the other day, in the juice room the other day, and we was talking to Leonard Phoenix, man, and Not Knees. And remember they was talking about Christian McCaffrey and all this. Remember the Christian McCaffrey, like, oh, I love him this, I love him that, right? What's going on with Chris? They traded my dog, but then I see this Elijah Mitchell guy getting most of the carries and most of the juice. Like you just that's how I know the NFL is out of control, man. You just traded for this man. How much is on Christian McCaffrey's contract?
I don't know. I know he's making over 10 million this year.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And he's over there on the sideline when it's time to get the rock, man. So it's just crazy that how in the NFL, like you could trade for a guy and you do all that. I mean, guys, obviously they got family ties or whatever, but like, how are you going to go forward with them? Obviously you paid that man, but Elijah Mitchell out there running that ball, TK. So like, what they going to do?
But it's crazy because, we talked about this. I don't know if it was 1 or 2 weeks ago about like, we was talking about fantasy, but it's still the same way when you come back to the regular game. Like, who's going to take a hit? Like, you're coming from somewhere where you the guy on the team and they're going to force feed you the ball all game. So now you coming over here. Now it's like, okay, we got all these other playmakers, but we got another back here that's running that pill. Yeah. So it's like, what we going to do? Know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you got a guy like that that's running the ball like that, it's hard. Like sometimes you got to go with the hot hand. Like I can't take this guy off the field when I see what he's doing. Right. Know what I'm saying?
No, you're 120% correct. I mean, but that's a good problem to have. That's like a great problem to have when you got two playmakers back there that can, go to the house at any time, along with, Brandon Ayuk, and then you got, Debo out there and still Kittle. That's a great problem to have. And then I feel like Jimmy G knows that it's his team now, obviously for the rest of this year, and he's starting to get back into that groove. I think they're going to be a contender for sure, and they'll definitely be around there in the playoffs. But I can't. I'm anxious to see how that. I'm anxious to see how that works, though, man. Because obviously you paid them all that money, so somebody we know how that works.
So let's put your GM hat on here. How does that like? How do you go on about this like in the off season? Because one, like you might have a guy who
we got to pay him some hush money. We got to get.
No, I'm saying not as far as paying him hush money. I get that you gonna pay him. I'm not sure what his contract situation is, but with McCaffrey making so much money, say this guy have a better year or he just doing better, do you still bring McCaffrey back next year on his current contract?
No, we're gonna have to renegotiate. I mean, depending on how, because there's still what is 9? There's still another 8 games left or something like that. So we ain't no telling McCaffrey. You know,
no, but I'm just saying if
I hear what you
said out to be in. It's
we got to
right
reconstruction. We got to you know how it goes. We got to reconstruction, and like as McCaffrey, if you're. I mean, I know, like, you don't want to believe your self-worth. You be like, oh, I'm worth this or I'm worth that. But, bro, let's just be realistic. Like, I know I'm putting we GM caps or not. Like, I want to put on a real football cap for somebody. Like, bro, if you could stay with a team and you feel comfortable with them because of Kyle Shanahan's probably going to put you in the best position to be successful, or he could probably, leave at the end of the year, get traded or, released or whatever, but it ain't going to be the same, dog. This, like now he's in the middle part of that career where if he doesn't explode and go crazy now, that he's going to have to take a pay cut or restructure regardless, dog, because he's not the same McCaffrey that they're accustomed to.
Yeah, but one thing why I feel like he's not going to have to take a pay cut, because the ball is in his court. He got so just
they can release him though.
No, but listen. Money. No, they don't. But guess what? We can release him, but we done gave away these picks. We done gave away these draft picks. So now we're going to look like the dumbest in his. We done gave, like, he done came and played 7-8 games for us. We done gave away these draft picks. Now we release him.
His market,
know what I'm saying?
But yeah, his market ain't gonna be like that anyway. So he
no,
ain't
I'm saying it's not gonna be like
nothing.
that. But
that's all I'm
saying.
saying.
No, but what I'm saying is, it's gonna make. I feel like the ball is in his court because he know that they just traded for me. They just gave away these draft picks for me. I don't gotta take no pay cut. What y'all gonna do? Release me?
Yeah.
Like,
man,
know what
hell
I'm saying?
yeah. In the league,
so they gonna look wild.
But you know how the league is. They'll look super wild before they gonna get that man another $12 million to come out that bench. I'm telling you that now. You know that.
Now, I know. I'm just saying.
Or they'll find another trade partner, or something like that. But
it just. I'm just saying, salute. What they gonna trade? All they picks. They didn't trade it.
No, they trade him for more picks. That's what I'm.
Yeah, for more picks back. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're in a lose-lose situation. No matter.
I mean, yes and no. It just depends. He might ball out. You know, we don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might ball out. If he don't ball out,
they might go back to the Super Bowl. It might be one of the best decisions they made. I don't know.
But even
I just
if
feel
they
like
go
this is
to Super Bowl,
game.
I'm talking about with Elijah stepping up and running how he's running.
See,
he's not the main
man. That's the league.
How's we gonna be giving you $12 million?
The last week, the man just had the trifecta. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I love the league. The week before this, they would, but it doesn't matter. The week before this, all of a sudden, they like, oh my God, he found home. He had a rushing, he had a receiving, he had a throwing. He was the king a week and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how 1 week changes everything, man. It's amazing. Hey, CMC. Listen, bro, I've seen this a million times in my lifetime. You better, put that head down and get the running, fam. Cause listen, they'll try to replace you. They'll replace you, man, in a heartbeat. You hear me?
And that's the crazy thing about it. Even like with him, like, even I don't think he really tripping because he gonna have like, I just know it. I know for a fact. Some people get red carpet treatment and some people don't. I guarantee you they release on whatever. He gonna have so many
he's gonna have
opportunities that he can go. So
listen, guess who will pick him up?
Who?
Yeah, Tampa. Yeah, why you playing?
Yeah, Tampa will.
Tom will take him and listen, they'll release whoever they gotta release. Him and playoff Lenny will be back there going crazy. They'll have them backs catching all kind of passes, boy. I tell you that.
I definitely think that would be somebody that definitely for sure. But that's why I say he ain't tripping. That's why I say the ball is kind of in his court because it's like, I know what you say.
When you trade them picks, though, you're right.
Yeah, ain't no way that we finna bring him back making $12 million. Like, we gonna cut our loss when we can cut it. But I feel like the ball is in his court because he know y'all just traded these picks. Listen, even if I'm not taking no pay cut, but even if I be like, no, and y'all release me, it ain't like I'm be out of the league. Somebody else gonna pick me up. But that is what it is. And that we on that topic with these backs, what do you, I want to kind of jump on this Jonathan Taylor, man. He just had the best game of the season this past week. I watched the game play by play. He did his thing. Yeah. Do you think that game kind of built some confidence for him, or his confidence been what it was? And
no,
like, 2K. I don't know. What you think?
Well, me and you know best. You can have confidence at an all-time high, but when you go out there and run the ball like that, it just keeps climbing and going a little higher. So to me, it's not a coincidence that he had the best running game or the best game this season. Because
they did who they played again? Was the one playing against the defense?
They played against I don't even remember, bro. I'm trying to think. JP, turn me up, man.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Raiders.
I was just about to say the Jag. I don't know why, but that's why we didn't. But it makes sense. I mean, obviously, okay, listen, let's be real. The Raiders they're rebuilding for sure.
How they
yes, clearly you gotta be when you got a quarterback up there, listen, the quarterback told you they rebuild. He said people out there they feeling like he feeling, man, and that makes him pissed. Like that pisses him off. So that's enough for you. They rebuilding over there, but
oh my God.
So listen,
rebuilding until you get rid of the quarterback. Right over. Cause say we feeling bad.
Man, that man said, you know what it takes for us to practice in the morning? And that pisses me off. Hey, but 2K. Okay, you bring in Jeff Saturday. I'm still not sold. The only thing is, let me be honest with myself. If anybody is in condition or that is trained, that is ready for this moment, it is a current, or I mean a former NFL player, because We have, forget all the X's and O's. We know what it feels like when you get hit there in your mouth in that line. So you know how to readjust that way. So let me be real when I say this. Like, I'm not saying Jeff Saturday isn't a coach that can be a good coach in the NFL. What I was disappointed is how they bypass some of the guys. Like there's what DT, we play with Thornton. He's out there. He's a linebacker coach. They got Reggie Wayne, a Hall of Famer. He's out there as a receiver coach, and they already are coaching on the staff. That's what disappointed me, is how they went by them and just hired him. Right?
Yeah, well, DT, he's not a coach. He's player development.
Okay, but at least he's there. He's on the sideline. He's a former player, won a Super Bowl with you. I know. So I'm just saying he's there every day. We know Jeff came from Atlanta, where he was coaching and consulting at the same time. Yeah, I'm not knocking him. Obviously, like I said, when you're a former player, you know what it feels like to be in them trenches, so you can do it, right? I'm still not all the way sold on him. I'm gonna be honest with myself, man. I gotta see. I'm happy for what he did, but what I'm saying is, it's not a coincidence he had Taylor had the best running day. I mean, you got a center, a guy that come in, he knows what you need. You got to run the ball to take pressure off the quarterback.
Run the ball, because them old linemen, they be wanting to run the ball.
They want to run the ball. They could care less about you dropping back 50 times. They'll be like, listen, we're gonna run the ball 40 times. And it's crazy. He comes in, they're running the ball, they take the pressure off the quarterback. The defense is making plays and they get a win. I also know how it feels to have like a resurgence, like when you go on a bye week and they come in and they tell you a new quarterback starting, you go back out there and you usually, you do really well. My line young, we've had this happen a few times in our career. But what I'm saying is I just have to see this happen next week. I know like teams can come together and be hyped for 1 week and get you that win because of something new. They still got another 8-9 games. I can't wait to see how this plays out. And then you got Irsay still high on them perks coming in on Twitter talking about like, yeah, I know football critics and all that. As quick as it goes uphill, it can go downhill. So, if I was him, I wouldn't have tweeted nothing. I would have just waited till the end of the year. But I don't know. Are you sold? I'm not all the way. I'm buying in with Stu. I keep saying Stewart because it's Jonathan Stewart. That was
I'm talking about.
No, I know what I'm saying is I'm buying the Jonathan Taylor. I'm buying in with that because I know that Jeff he's going to run the ball.
Taylor, we already, that's nothing. That's not the question. The question is, are you buying in with Jeff Saturday or not after beating the 2-7 Raiders or something like that?
Yeah, the rebuilds. Man, I don't know. I like an ex-football player being a coach. I'm not mad at that. I'm not opposed to that. I really do like that because, again, you've been in there with us. You know what it takes. I'm not mad at. I'm not 120% completely. I'm not sold on it all the way. But I also know that after hearing his speech after that game and saying, my favorite thing in sports, Victory Monday, and seeing like the reaction with them players, young, like. It can go either way, man. So I'm not sold, but after next week, he can sell me. I ain't gonna lie. Depending on how them boys come out next week, I might be sold or not.
Right. That's how I feel. Like, they came out, they played the Raiders or whatever. At the end of the day, you're still in the NFL. You gotta go out there and play. You gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't all the way sold yet. I'm gonna give it a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because they high on them right now. But sure, let them lose 2 back-to-back. They gonna be
and let it be bad, and don't let it be like some ugly losses. They gonna be trying to paint him, and then some people gonna try to save him. You know how it's gonna be. Some gonna be like, well, he doesn't have any experience, and then they gonna try to paint that shit.
Saying that before they gave him the job. They gonna get painted. They gonna paint him or whatever. Yeah. But it is what it is. I got a question for you.
Talk to me
before we get up out of here.
You got a quick episode this week? I'm just messing with you, bro. Go ahead.
Before we get up out of here, MVP worthy. Who you Saquon or Tyreek Hill?
What twin of them be doing when they score?
Tyreek.
Who do that? Hey, 2K. I remember. Listen, I do remember us talking earlier this year. And we were talking about like who was going to be missing who more. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is a goon. We're not taking that. But when you look at what Tyreek Hill is doing with the people, they said that they were talking down on Tua. They said Tua had no accuracy, he can't throw the ball deep, no nothing. This man's leading the league in receiving. Like to me, Tyreek Hill is the most. Right now, I would give MVP over Saquon. Now, I would give Saquon like comeback player of the year because it's out of him and Geno.
I think
because
he's
of
gonna win. Yeah, over him or
yeah,
Geno.
it's out of him and Geno because of like what they're able to do. And like we didn't really see. I mean, we knew we knew Saquon could ball out like that. We were just anxious to see if he was healthy, and now he's healthy. He is doing it so far.
But do you give a player a comeback player of the year that wasn't injured? We gotta think Saquon been hurt the last 2 years, and for him to come back and do what he's doing, like I know Geno doing this thing we didn't expect it, but you give him comeback player of the year just from coming from a backup to the starter, like is that comeback?
Well, I mean,
I'm not sure. I'm
just seeing what Geno's doing right now. Excuse me, seeing what Geno's doing right now. It's hard not to. Like I said, I got to give him flowers, man. Even I know he lost it. He lost to Tom. Everybody loses to Tom. Sidebar. It's not your fault. But the way he's playing, I mean, Bruce Arians upstairs now. They got Raheem Morris, so it's a different system now. That's what I'm saying, 2K. Stop that. Anyway, that's not even
Brady on the field.
All right, it's his. You're either here nor there. Right. The difference is it or you keep saying system, but it's a guy, so I don't know.
Right. So you say Saquon. So your picks are Saquon or Geno comeback player of the year.
Yeah, I'm going there, but I'm also
which one? I'm saying which one.
I mean, it's a toss-up, bro. I don't know what the criteria, like you said, I don't know if the criteria is all the way that. If you had to be hurt or if you just come off the bench.
Bro, listen, that's the thing why we got our own podcast. This is Smash and Dash.
All right, well, my criteria is I'm going Saquon because I'm a running back. I ain't on that shit, man. I ain't on no friendly shit. I'm a straight running back. So look, Saquon deserve it. I know what it feel like to be back there, having to run against 11 all the time. Like people don't realize, like when you get the ball, there's 11 in front of you, and you got to do something else. It's so different when you get the drop back. You might have a one-on-one. You throwing it to, DK Metcalf. He catch and get the score for you. It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going with Saquon for sure. And that's just it, bro. I love me a Saquon guy, bro.
Okay, so Saquon, then you going Tyreek for MVP.
Well, yeah, right now, if we got to go out of,
right now,
out of Saquon, because they say out of Saquon and Tyreek, I'm going Tyreek, man, just because, man, he's a playmaker. And then they got the Dolphins with Tua that everybody was like, questioning. They got them boys number one in their division, one of the top playoffs out there in the AFC. So. Yeah, I got it. And they continue to win. They find ways to win. They putting points up on that board. So I'm going with Ricky, man.
Yeah. Okay. So this is my thoughts. I'm gonna start with comeback player of the year. I think I will go Saquon just solely on the fact like Geno is not coming back from no injury. He was always healthy. Yeah, he was always available. He just won the starter or whatever. He's doing this thing. He's having a great season. I'm going Saquon because he had an ACL 1 year and
high ankle sprains, whole bunch of ankle sprains,
ankle sprains and stuff like that. So anybody that come back from an ACL, a knee injury, and all that type of stuff back
and doing what he's doing,
doing what he's doing, like is crazy. You know what I'm saying? We've been know he can do what he's doing, but he's actually coming out and showing what type of player he is when he's healthy. That's why I would go with comeback player of the year for him. We go MVP. The reason why I would take Tyreek Hill is because, like they were saying, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks that Tua was out hurt, and he was still putting up crazy numbers.
Yeah,
and for him to be doing what he's doing in Miami, he's on pace to have 2,000 receiving yards. Yeah. Anytime I feel like a player, no matter what position, can go with 2,000 2K club, they should win MVP.
Straight up, I'm with you. That's a real bar.
I feel like, I feel like he should win.
It's only happened 8 times in our career.
No, running? I don't think it's been one receiver.
But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. It's only happened 8 times in our career where you have seen a player go for 2,000 yards. So you're damn right when you say that, bro.
And so that's. Yeah, that part crazy. And I kind of want to piggyback a little bit off of that, bro. Don't get mad at me. It's just a question, bro. So when we talk about systems and stuff, right? And the only way this popped in my head, and this ain't planned or nothing, this is a freestyle. So when we talk about systems, right? and when you brought up Geno, something popped in my head, right?
Yeah.
So Geno have been in his league, I'm not sure how many years, but he haven't been able to do what he was doing until he got with Pete. And for these years, we seen the type of player we seen within Russell Wilson with Pete. Now that he leave and go to Denver, and he don't look like the same type of guy, the same type of quarterback. Then you plug Geno into this system, and he's doing what he's doing. What do you think about that when it comes to the system and player aspect, and just in that situation?
Well,
we're gonna leave Tom Brady and to go Peyton out of it.
I just feel like I played with Pete Carroll, so I know Pete Carroll just what he asks certain people to do is a big difference than what Belichick gonna actually do. He wants the defense. He relies on defense to win him games. You see what I'm saying? Geno don't make if Geno doesn't make mistakes, which he hasn't done in the past. This recent game, he just was, he fumbled, he threw a pick, they lose the game. So and Pete Carroll's system, yes, you just don't turn over the ball, and the defense, get you the ball back. You're supposed to win the football game. That's in his system. That's what Pete preaches. I also just think that, Geno behind Russ for them couple years, and just being able to mature yourself, you know what I mean? Sometimes you ain't mature and you ain't ready sometimes. I feel like sitting behind, Russ, and even learning Pete's system helped him. But that's what I'm saying. That's a difference, if we talking about system, that's Pete's system, but then that doesn't work for Tom Brady. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's two different things, because now you're saying an organization, but then you say with Tom Brady, he left and Tom as a player left and did it his way. So that's two different things. That's not, is it an organization system, or is it the player system that makes you great?
I don't know.
Or is it a combination of greatness and I just feel like you got to have a really good quarterback with a coach that knows how to play defense, and you will be decent.
Yeah, I just feel like, like I say, man, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Hold on,
I feel like
I also got to give, man. I know it's gonna throw you off a loop a little bit, but we got to give our prayers and hearts go out to the victims out there in Virginia, man. The University of Virginia. We heard the news. It's unfortunate that there was, 3 football players murdered, and there's, I think, one in critical condition right now. I think they got the suspect in custody rather. But I would definitely want to, give my condolences and send my prayers out to those families and the people that were involved in that situation. I mean, that's truly tragic and sad, and we're praying for you, and we hope that, you can find some positivity in this somehow, some way.
Hearts and condolences go out to all their families, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you. I had to, before we got out of here, we definitely had to, we gotta get them, because it's just sad though, bro. We look up, I mean, that could be any one of our cousins, brothers, it could be anybody. So it's just sad that that's the world that we live in, man, that you can wake up and just read about stuff like that. So yeah, again, our hearts and condolences go out to those families, man. And 2K,
prayers up.
You gotta, brother, real talk, man, you gotta stop doing this capping. Like, this stuff ain't good for you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't healthy for the smash and dash relationship. You know what I mean?
That's all you, man.
Bro, what you got going on? What you got going on this week?
Man, I forgot what I was finna say. You cut me off, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I did, man. No, I don't want to hear nothing about your systems no more.
That wasn't system, man. It was something about what we was talking about. I forgot, man. You cut me off and went totally left field.
I had to, though, because we had to get that in there, man.
That was gonna get in there. I forgot.
Bro, what you got going on this week, my man? Anything interesting? We got UCLA week, rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Yeah, I got to go out to LA and, go talk some stuff to a few players. Hopefully I'll see some of these UCLA Pewans.
Yeah, that's going to be a good. I don't sure. I think they're pretty good this year.
BTR is decent. They got a cold quarterback and a running back that be running that thing, but I'm talking about he's one of them.
So I'm sure, it's a little in-state in city rival. Y'all both right there. Y'all ain't far from each other. So I'm sure let's see, you and Jones Drew rival.
No, listen.
Mercedes Lewis.
Listen what I'm trying to tell you, 2K. Listen. When I was playing there, we got their coaches fired. There was never a rivalry. We used to literally beat up on them people by 30 a game. We used to, man, Reggie used to flip and all kind of stuff. Yeah, you're right.
That's back then. Now it's
man, it's not even a game. It might be. You never know. And yeah, it's for one more year.
What's up? What you want to do?
What you want to do? What you, man? You always.
All right, let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. When is the game?
Nah, who does EC Pugh?
Okay, we'll do that. Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet. The USC.
Oh no, y'all play Houston, man. I ain't. That's what I'm saying, y'all.
Let's make a bet. Let's make a bet.
Yeah, we can make a bet off camera.
Want to bet?
Yeah, we can bet off
this
camera.
On camera. No, this ain't no.
I'm about to get on out of here. Hey, it's been real smash and dash, man.
He don't believe in USC like that, man. It's all right.
Yeah, we know you. What you want to do? You want points? You want points, huh?
No,
you gonna go straight up or you gonna get points? Oh, now finally, it's the first time in your life you ain't asked for no points.
Nah,
you ain't checking no. Do some research. Yeah, say your word.
Around the same thing. They probably
that don't mean nothing. Boy, the nigga was ranked higher than us the other time, and I actually
did. Bro.
Hey man, hey, it's been real. No? Hey, it's been real smash and dash, man. I'ma holler at you, man. I'm out of here. I got shit to do, man. I'm out. Bye.